Welcome to the Calcutta Race's Winter Meeting 2021, first day, Saturday, 1st of January 2022 race preview. We have the first race of the year, the Returned Asset Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 in Class 5 to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. Couple of runners we are looking at. First, number 2 Fergus and number 3 Mystic Prince. Both were running here on debut. Fergus took the turn in 5th spot and eventually finished on 5th of 8 runners. Mystic Prince, who took the turn in 7th spot, made up a place and finished on 6th of 8 runners, almost 8 lengths from the winner, which was Mosey. Next up we got number 4 Spanish City. Spanish City had 3 starts already in this season. Its best start was in race number 8, where it finished on 3rd behind Adonica. In its last start in race number 26, the one we are looking at, Spanish City was in 9th spot at the end of the home straight, then made up a few places and finished on 6th. The winner here was Who Dares Wins. Next up we got number 5 Jinsuku. Jinsuku had a solitary start in the monsoon season where it finished on 8th. In its first start of the winter season, Jinsuku over 1200 meters was in front till the last 250 meters, then weakened and eventually finished on 5th of 7 runners. The winner here was Adonica. Next up we got number 7 Aureate. Aureate was called Nova earlier. This run we are looking at is from Bangalore, where in race number 146 was in front till the last 250 meters. Then there was a late charge by Florencia and Aureate finished on 2nd, a short head behind the winner. Next up we got number 8 Rewrite the Stars. Rewrite the Stars had its first run of this season in race number 34, where it went on a start to finish mission, was kicking on gamely, but then there was a late dash towards the inside by X-Fight, who really surprised one and all, and Rewrite the Stars fell short by a long neck, settled for 2nd spot. Number 9 is Beazard. Beazard had 4 starts in the monsoon season. It was unplaced in his 4 starts. In his last run, Beazard was travelling in 7th spot, weakened and finished on last of 8 runners, almost 25 lengths from the winner, which was Trebia. We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the Calcutta Handicap Division 1 for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1 Properly Posh, and Properly Posh had a couple of starts in the monsoon season. In his last start, Properly Posh was racing in the wrong end of the field in 6th spot as they took the turn, but came flying and eventually finished on 4th. Almost 9 lengths from the winner, which was Chameleon's Image. Next up we got number 2 Cliffs of Capri. Cliffs of Capri had a couple of starts already in this season. First in race number 15, where it finished on 8th. In its last start, Cliffs of Capri was a little slow to begin. Then when it took the turn, it was in 2nd spot. Then again went backward, ran out of gas and finished on 6th of 7 runners. The winner here was Resolute. Number 3 is Wandering Angel. Wandering Angel was a winner in its first start in race number 2. Since then was unplaced in his couple of 2 starts. In his last start, Wandering Angel went on a start to finish mission towards the inside. You can see in the black and white jacket. Hung on for 3rd spot, and the winner here was Basharat, who won that race by almost 7 lengths. Next up we got number 4 Mystic Star. Mystic Star had a couple of starts in this season already. First start, it finished on 8th in race number 6, behind a Rare Bird. In his last start, Mystic Star took the turn in 8th spot, made up a few places and eventually finished on 5th of 9 runners. The winner here was Secret Pearl. Number 5 is Ashwamedh. Couple of starts for Ashwamedh without placing in either of them in this season. First, it finished on 6th in race number 3 behind Sea Lion, who went on to win the 2000 Guineas. In his last start, Ashwamedh was in last spot as he took the turn and stayed on in last, almost 13 lengths from the winner, which was Indian Tiger. Next up we got number 6 Melody. Melody had couple of starts already. Its better start was in its first race of the season, where it finished on 2nd behind Mr. Batola Baz, about half a length from the winner. In his last start, Melody was racing in 3rd spot, but when asked for an effort had not much to offer. In fact, fell back and finished on 6th of 7 runners. The winner here was Sherwin. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Acalia Handicap Division 2 for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. Couple of runners we are looking at is number 1, Mr. Nandini's Pet. Nandini's Pet was a winner in its previous start in race number 27. In this one, the one we are looking at in race number 35, Nandini's Pet was running in 2nd spot till the last 150 meters. Then there was a cavalry charge and eventually Indian Tiger got the measure of Nandini's Pet, who had to settle for 3rd spot. And we also had number 6, Mr. Gucci. Mr. Gucci was travelling in 3rd spot, weakened and finished on 6th of 7 runners. Couple of runners again. Number 2, but Mr. Batula Baz was a winner in his first start in race number 1. In his last start, Mr. Batula Baz went on a start to finish mission and then looked good for a while, but there was a late surge by the eventual winner, which was ASOS, and Mr. Batula Baz fell back and finished on 2nd. We also had number 3 Script. Script was racing in 4th spot. When asked for an effort, made some late gains and finished on 3rd, almost 5 lengths from the winner, which was. Next up we got number 4 Indian Star. Indian Star, who came down from southern India after winning a race in Bangalore. In its first start in the Calcutta track, Indian Star in race number 30 was racing in the wrong end of the field in 7th spot as they ended the home straight, but then made some late gains and finished on 5th. The winner here was Sherwin. Next up we got number 5 Berluti. Berluti had couple of starts in the monsoon season where it was unplaced. In his first start of the winter season in race number 28, Berluti took the turn in 9th spot, then eventually finished on 9th, and the winner here was Secret Pearl, who was the winner by a neck. Next up we got number 8 Gusty Look. Gusty Look had 3 starts in the season so far, has been unplaced in his 3 starts. In race number 22, the one we are looking at, Gusty Look was in 7th spot as it took the turn. When asked for an effort, Gusty Look fell back and finished on 8th of 9 runners. The winner here was Adonica. We move on to the 4th race of the afternoon, the BetIndiaRaces.com RCTC Gold Vase for horses rated 81 and above to be run over a distance of 2,200 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1 New Moon. New Moon is the winner of this race last year. Since then has been unplaced in his 3 starts. In his last start, New Moon in race number 32 was racing over 1,600 meters, took the turn in 5th spot and did not make any further improvement, finished on 5th. Of 7 runners, the winner here was Tudor Hall. Next up we got number 2 Reno Star. Reno Star, after coming down from Hyderabad, the winner of race number 43 over there. In its first start in race number 17, Reno Star went over 1400 meters. Was lying in 2nd last spot as they took the turn, but made some late gains towards the outside and finished on 3rd. The winner here was Sea of Cortez. Number 3 is Abhay Gama. Abhay Gama has had one start in this season so far in race number 40, where it was traveling in 6th spot as they ended the home straight, made up a placing and eventually finished on 5th of 6 runners. The winner here was Sitara, who went on a start to finish mission and won that race by almost 3 lengths. Number 4 is Redoubtable. Redoubtable was a winner in its only start in the monsoon season over 1600 meters. In its only start in this season so far, in race number 38 over 2000 meters, was installed the favourite and was racing in 4th spot. When asked for an effort, found a little flat-footed, could only eventually finish on 3rd. The winner here was Justified, who won that race by almost 2.5 lengths. We move on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the 91.9 Friends FM Cup. For horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1, Swiss Tado. Swiss Tado has had a couple of starts. First it finished on 7th in race number 20 over 1600 meters. In his last start, Swiss Tado went over 1400 meters in race number 30, was travelling in 5th spot, made some late gains and eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Sherwin, who won that race by almost length and 3/4. Next up we got number 2, Rakshaki. Rakshaki has had 4 starts so far. In its last start, Rakshaki made up some late gains after racing in the wrong end of the field and finished on 4th. We also had number 6, which is Creation of God. Creation of God took the turn in 4th spot, made some late gains and just fell short by a long neck. And we had the winner, which was Adonica. And in this race, we also had number 11, Unstoppable, who has had 4 starts so far. Its best start was in race number 8, where it finished on 2nd. Next up, we got 2 runners. We got number 3, Intellection. Intellection had 3 starts in the monsoon season, placed once in race number 48. In its first start of the winter season, it finished on 11th in race number 20. We also had number 5, which is the Indicator. The Indicator was a winner in its monsoon start in race number 27. In its first of the season, it was racing in 12th spot, made some late gains and finished on an eye-catching 3rd. Number 4 is Vanguard. Vanguard had 1 start, and what a start it was, where it was racing in 5th spot until they turned for home. Then into the last 200 meters, the Vanguard took charge and drew away from them, won that race by almost 3.5 lengths. Next up we got number 7, Criteria. Criteria has had 3 starts in the monsoon season. This is its first start in the current winter season. The run we are looking at is from the monsoon season in race number 38 and over 1800 meters. Criteria was racing in 3rd spot, then gradually improved places and took charge into the last 150 meters and won that race by almost 4 lengths, beating Southern Light. Number 8 is Sir Mo. Sir Mo had a couple of starts already in the season. First it finished on 11th in race number 3, where it went over 1400 meters. In its last start, again it went over 1400 meters. Was leading the pack into the last 350, but then dropped through the field and finished on 7th of 7 runners. The winner was the Protector. Next up we got number 9, Deemed to Fire. Deemed to Fire had a solitary start in his career so far in race number 7, where it was racing in 2nd spot, chased the eventual winner 3rd Avenue, who has gone on to complete an hat-trick, and Deemed to Fire fell short by a long neck after making some late gains. Next up we got number 10, Shopify. Shopify placed couple of times in the monsoon season. In its first start of the winter season, it was racing in 4th spot as it took the turn. The jockey asked for an effort, but Shopify did not really accelerate further. It finished on 4th of 6 runners. The winner here was Basharat, who drew away from the field, won that race by almost 7 lengths. We move on to number 12, Blazing Bell. Blazing Bell skipped the monsoon season. The run we're looking at is from the previous winter season. Blazing Bell did have a recent mock race, and in this race, Blazing Bell was trailing the field in 8th spot and then eventually finished on 8th, almost 17.5 lengths behind the winner, which was OSS, who went on to win the Monsoon Derby. We move on to the 6th race of the afternoon, the Telegraph Cup, for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. The first runner we look at is number 1, Jeweler. Jeweler has had one start in this season where in race number 12, it was leading the pack, but into the last 250 or so, it fell back and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Jake, who won that race by 9 3/4 of a length. We are looking at number 2, Exotic Queen. Exotic Queen was leading the pack into the last 250, then fell back and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Phoenicia Mist, who took up the running into the last 250 and won that race by almost length and a half. We got 5 runners we are looking at. First, we got number 3, Louboutin. Louboutin, who was leading the pack and then fell short by a length and a quarter. Then we got number 5, which is Temu's Choice. Temu's Choice was racing in 7th spot, made a couple of places and finished on 5th. Then we have number 6, Memorable Memories. Memorable Memories was in 2nd spot till the last 250 meters, then fell back and eventually finished on 8th. We also had number 7, which is UV. UV was in 3rd spot when Asked for Never didn't have much to offer, finished on 3rd. And we also had number 9, Whispering Grass. Whispering Grass, who was travelling in 4th spot, eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Dandi Satyagraha. We move on to number 4, Harbour Sunrise. Harbour Sunrise had 3 starts so far in this season. Its first start it finished on 7th in race number 10. Then its next start it finished on 9th. The last start it had was its best start so far in the season, over 1100 meters. It was travelling in 4th spot as it took the turn, then made some late progress and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Resolute. Number 8 is Legendary Striker. Legendary Striker was a winner in his only start in the monsoon season, over 1100 meters. Then it went over 1400 meters and finished on 2nd behind Camila, who went on to win the 1000 guineas. The run we are looking at is from the 2000 guineas, where Legendary Striker took the turn in 4th spot, then weakened and finished on 6th. The winner here was Sea Lion, who won that race by almost 6.5 lengths. We move on to the 7th race of the afternoon, the Indian Produced Stakes for horses 3-year-old only, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We just have one race we are looking at, where we had number 1, Social Truth, number 2, Big Brown, number 5, Kunal's Bagheera, and number 9, Too Much Politics. These 4 ran. Here's Social Truth, who won that race after going was lying in 2nd spot throughout, and then took charge and drew away from the field and won very impressively. And number 2, Big Brown, who was travelling in 3rd spot, weakened and finished on 4th. Number 5, which is Kunal's Bagheera, eventually finished on 3rd after racing in last spot. Took a while to warm up. And number 9, Too Much Politics, finished on 4th. We move on to the 8th race of the afternoon, the Royal Mantle Handicap for horses rated 61 to 46, 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1, Top Notch. Top Notch had 4 starts so far in this season. The run we are looking at is from race number 41, where Top Notch was racing in last spot till they turned for home, then came up with a late run on the wide outside, as you can see on your top of your screen. Finished on a close 4th. The winner here was Nova. Number 3 is Shivalik Gold. Shivalik Gold was a winner in couple of starts in the monsoon season. In its first start of the winter season, Shivalik Gold was racing in second spot as they took the turn and then eventually finished on 9th of 11 runners. The winner here was Agrami. We move on to number 3, Luminous. Luminous has had runs in couple of classics in the Madras and Hyderabad Oaks, where it finished on 4th in each of his 2 starts. His first start of the season in race number 31, Luminous was travelling in last spot at the end of the home straight, then made up a place and eventually finished on 4th, almost 15 lengths from the winner. We have 3 runners we are looking at next. We got number 4, East Side. East Side was the horse of the season in the monsoon season. Couple of starts for East Side in this season, where it has finished on 4th in each of his 2 starts. And we got number 6, Foolproof. Foolproof has had 3 starts without placing in each of them. In his last start, Foolproof actually was planted at the gates and took no further part. And we also had number 7, Lamarck. Lamarck has had 3 starts. His last start, it was racing in 6th spot. Made up some late gains and finished on 5th. The winner here was Resolute. We got number 5, Sherwin. Sherwin won in its last start. It also won in its previous outings in Bangalore after coming down to Calcutta. Its first start, it was very troublesome at the gates, but then Sherwin into the last 150 meters really moved like a beast and took charge and won that race by a length and a 3/4, beating Swistado. Number 8 is Who Dares Wins. Who Dares Wins after being slowly out in its previous outing in race number 9, where it eventually finished on 4th. In his last start, Who Dares Wins was lying in handy 5th as they took the turn into the last 150 meters, took charge and won that race by 3/4 of a length, beating Santana into 2nd. Lastly, we got number 9, Atom. Atom has had 3 starts. Its best start was his last start, where it was racing in 2nd spot when came under pressure. As you can see in the green cap with the purple and white jacket, it fell short and finished on 5th, but not too far away from the winner, which was Ailani. We move on to the 9th race of the afternoon, the Andropov handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. We look at number 1, Estrella Star. Estrella Star had won couple of starts in the previous season, in the winter season, and after that it had one solitary start in the monsoon season, where in race number 4 it was racing in 4th spot on the wide of the track. On the top screen you can see in the pink jacket, and eventually finished on 4th. Next up, we got a couple of runners. Number 2, Phoenicia Glint, who was called Shamchi's Sword. And Phoenicia Glint was the eventual winner in its last start, where it went on a start to finish mission and actually drew away from Black Pearl, who's another runner in this race. And Black Pearl, who was racing in second last spot, when asked for an effort, Black Pearl did not really accelerate. Perhaps needed this run. We will know better after today. Couple of runners again. Number 3, Kimaya. Kimaya has had 4 starts in the monsoon season. The run we are looking at is from race number 42, where Kimaya was travelling in 3rd spot, then came up with a run and eventually fell short by a length and a 3/4. We also had number 5, Big Star. Big Star was leading the pack into the last 150-200 meters. Big Star fell back and eventually finished on 3rd of 6 runners. The winner here was Sea of Cortez. Number 4 is Pontius Pilot. Pontius Pilot has had 4 starts in the season without really placing in any of them. But its last start was quite suggestive, because Pontius Pilot took the turn in 6th spot, then took the inside run and eventually finished on 7th, but not too far away from the winner because they finished in a clustered finish. The winner here was Dundee Satyagraha. Next up we got number 7 Ghost. Ghost had a fantastic last season where it won 3 of his 6 starts. In the first run of the season, Ghost went over 1100 meters, was racing in the wrong end of the field and eventually finished on 6th. Perhaps needed this run, Ghost, we will know today. Number 8 is Agnostic. Agnostic, a super horse, won 3 races in a row. Then it went off the boil, so to speak. Ran 4th in race number 12 behind Jake. In his last start, Agnostic in the 2000 Guineas took the turn in 3rd spot, then weakened and finished on 4th of 9 runners. The winner here was Sea Lion. Next up we got number 9 Cletus. Cletus, winner in his previous 2 outings in the monsoon season. Won in race number 6 beating Rare Bird. Won in race number 26 beating Whispering Gold. Went over the Summer Derby trip of 2000 meters. Cletus was racing in 9th spot. Made up some late gains and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Oasis. Lastly, we got number 11, Agrami. Agrami had 1 start so far in this season and in race number 16 was racing in 8th spot. Was looking like it was almost out of the contest, but as they took the turn, went wide and came with a blistering turn of foot and took charge. Won that race by almost length and 3/4, beating Top Notch, who finished in a clustered finish. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races on all our YouTube coverage.